folks, it's Saucy Sean again, welcoming you to Cooking with Saucy Sean's Fine Eats, where we make real food for real people. So tonight, I'm tired. It's been a long trip. That's not over yet. But I'm going to make a cheesecake. I'm going to make a chocolate cheesecake with you guys. This is like a serious chocolate cheesecake. If you don't like chocolate, you ain't going to like this. So we're going to get started here. It's pretty simple. Start by making the crust. So I've borrowed a couple things for this trip. I borrowed a springform pan. I rinsed it out a bit. You can do this in a regular cake pan or whatever. Just this makes it into a real cheesecake. So I thought I'd borrow it and do it. We're gonna make the crust. I've got a 1/4 cup of sugar, white. Got about 1.5 cups of graham crumbs. I actually had to crumble up graham crackers, so they're not perfectly crumbed, because I couldn't find any graham crumbs tonight. So I'm going to mix them together. Then we're going to mix in 1/2 cup of butter, melted. Well, I melted it in the microwave just for ease. I did that before you guys showed up. We're going to mix all this together. Really nice day out today. They're starting to snow in the Atlanta area on Sunday, so I'm kind of like, probably won't be doing anything, because if it snows down here and there's snow on the roads, I don't trust these guys. I'm not going to go anywhere. So I'm just going to keep breaking those down a bit. That's working out well. Get this mixed in really good. The butter, the sugar, the graham crumbs. Just going to dump them right into the springform pan. Just like so. Spread them around evenly, and then I'm going to take and just flatten them out with this guy. I'm going to push them down, try and get them into form a solid. Yeah, so it's been a busy week. Work's busy. It's only Wednesday. It feels like it's the end of the week already. I'm doing this, going over to one of the guys' places this weekend probably, and gonna make some Korean fried chicken with them. But hey, you know what? I'll bring dessert. I'll bring a nice chocolate cheesecake. I told him I was making this at one point, and he went, "Ooh, sounds good." And when I said I was icing it, he kind of went, "Why would you ice a cheesecake?" I'm going, "Trust me." Do you guys trust me? You should trust me. So anyways, there's our crust. I don't know how this crust will turn out because I didn't crack those up too well. I've had the oven warming up to 350. I'm going to throw it in. Set the timer for 10 minutes. And come on, set the timer for 10 minutes. There we go. While that's timing, I'm going to grab some more ingredients. I'm going to grab 3 eggs, 3 blocks of cream cheese, 1 cup of sugar I already got in this bowl. I'm going to take these blocks of cream cheese, open them up. Ooh, look at that. IGA cream cheese. Got this place here called Namdamoon, something like that. They say it's a farmer's market. Really, it's kind of like T&T Supermarket up home. The one I went to tonight was a lot better than the other one I've been to. The other one I've been to is further down in Smyrna. The other one I went to tonight was in Marietta. It's actually much nicer, much cleaner. But it is like a T&T. So a lot of weird things, but apparently they are an IGA. They got IGA branded products, and they're fairly reasonably priced. Now, normally, before I make a cheesecake, I let the cream cheese sit out for a while to warm up. I just don't have the time or patience today, so I'm going to cheat and just do it quickly. So we're getting this all opened up here. So this is going to have 3 different kinds of chocolate in it. There's going to be semi-sweet chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips, cocoa. Dark cocoa, of course. And that's going to be this wonderful little recipe we do here. I'm also going to put in vanilla. I had to pick up some vanilla tonight. I picked up this Mexican vanilla, so I'm not sure what it'll be like. hey, it was from Namdaman. Happened to be in there. It was fairly cheap. I think it's actually real vanilla, not artificial. It's hard to read the labels when you're getting old and your eyes are getting... Well, this cream cheese is actually pretty soft already, which is really nice. I'm just going to take the spoon over here for a second. It's actually really surprising how hard it has been to find graham crumbs in this area. So what's in here? Ingredients, water, blah, blah, blah. I can't read it. So let's give it a try. Ooh, smells good. Not bad. Molina Mexican Vanilla Blend. Anyways, need about a couple of teaspoons of that. Told you, didn't have any measuring spoons here. So put that in. Then I'm going to take this mixer, which I borrowed from another guy from work. And he doesn't know how it works. His wife does. It's hers. And we're just going to beat this up. We're going to beat up this sugar and cream cheese. Get them blended together as best we can. Okay, a lot easier to do with a stand mixer, let me tell you. But don't have one of them. Could have borrowed one, but then I have to carry it into the room and up and down. And one of the secrets about cream cheesecake, by the way, is you want to let it get cool before you ice it and do anything with it. But you also want to serve it around room temperature. You don't necessarily want to serve it cold, but you got to get it cold to get it there. So if I was doing this in a stand mixer, I would add these eggs one at a time. But I'm going to cheat here and just add all three at once. And then we'll blend it all up. And then we'll start blending in the other ingredients. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm mixing this up, I'm going to take about a cup and a half, cup and 3/4 of chocolate chips here. I'm going to put them in the microwave for about 40 seconds. And then I'll take them out, mix them up, probably put them in a bit longer until they're smooth and stuff, and then we can dump it into here. Break time. Use a fork. So I'm going to mix these up. You want to make sure that you don't over melt them and burn them. That's got a little ways to go still, so another 40 seconds. What's magic about 40? Nothing. Here we go. Gotta get this stuff a bit smoother. Try and get it all mixed together really well. Smooth it out. Obviously, I'm not using the best bowls for this. I'm just using what I have here. So I guess this town place, they've got a sweet treats cookbook or something. They actually got a cookbook to use while in their rooms. I haven't looked at it yet. Maybe I should. What do you think? Yeah, probably. So at this point, it needs to smooth a little bit more. I'll do that, but while I'm doing it, I'm going to add in about a half cup of cocoa. I'll mix it in very slowly so cocoa doesn't go everywhere. Okay, that's mixed in there pretty good. Good enough. My oven is about to go off, so I'm just going to turn it off and leave the oven on at 350. I'm going to pull the crust out. There we go. And checking my chocolate chips here. Okay, so you can see how they melt, but there's still some solidity to them, so I'm going to give them about another 30 seconds. Again, be careful with the microwave and chocolate because you can actually burn your chocolate in the microwave. I should have done this the other day when I was doing the Nanaimo bar. I think the problem I had with the Nanaimo bar and the chocolate was I just didn't get it hot enough, and I was afraid to because of that pan not having a thick enough bottom, not being heavy enough to actually do a good job. So I was a bit shy with it, and it definitely took its toll on my finished product. But it's still good. Still eat them. Still enjoy it. This chocolate's about to be done. We'll pull it out. Mix it up again. Dump it in here and mix it up. There we go. Oh yeah. Go. So I got my spatula here, so we're just gonna pour this in here. If you're using a stand mixer, you can do it while the mixer's running. It works best. I don't have a stand mixer obviously here, so I'm just going with what I've got. Now we'll get that mixed in really well with the mixer. There we go. Give me a minute here. Obviously, we have to clean this mixer really well. But you see how I slowed it down and brought it out? That was just so it would come off the beaters. So there we have it. We've got nice mixed up batter for the cheesecake. Bring the pan over. It's not very hot. I'm going to pour this in here. If I'd been smart, I just remembered this, I would have sprayed the inside of the pan with some cooking spray, or maybe just wiped it down with a light coat of oil. It's not needed, it just helps at the end of the day to get the cheesecake out. So what we're going to be doing here is putting this in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. At the end of that 45 minutes, we're going to turn the oven off, leave it for another 15 minutes, then we're going to pop it out and let it cool. And then we will, after it cools, we'll break it out of the pan and we'll get it iced. I'll probably make the icing tonight and stick it on, well, I kind of want to take the mixer back so I don't hog it from them. But I'll probably just put it on, yeah, I'll make it tonight and we'll ice it up tomorrow night. How's that sound? What I'll do is just wash, no, you know what, I'm going to do it tomorrow night. That's what I'll do. There we go, because that way I can just put all the dishes into the dishwasher and have them clean for tomorrow. So I'll put this in the oven, 45 minutes at 350, turn the oven off for another 15 minutes, then pull it out, let it cool. After it's cooled for an hour, so you can take a knife if you want, or a sharp knife on the edge, and break it out of the pan. We'll see, we'll give it a try later. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, so here we have it. I've taken the cake out of the oven. We'll see how it goes. I don't like these ovens, I really don't. So it may not have been enough. I hope it was. A little bit of crack in the center, slightly different color. It may not have cooked quite as well, but I didn't want to leave it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cool overnight. Tomorrow morning I'll stick a knife around the outside edge and then pop this latch here. I should be able to just pop the cake out. I'll put it onto a plate and then tomorrow night we'll ice it. I'll keep it in the fridge or throughout the day tomorrow. And then we'll put some icing on it tomorrow night and it's going to be more chocolate. If you don't like chocolate, you're not going to like this. Anyways, talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Okay, welcome back, folks. So we're going to ice our cake tonight. Really simple procedure here. Be easier if you had the right tools, of course, as usual. But I took our cake out of the springform pan this morning. Stuck it in the fridge. What I'm going to do now is just take a spatula, a flat one, nice and skinny. I'd rather have a bigger one, but I'm going to get it in there between the crust and the pan. And, oh, there it is. Just get it in there. It should just kind of pop off. And I'm going to stick it onto a plate here. I meant to grab a disposable plate or something, but I forgot. So I'm going to put it on this plate, which means I just have to make sure I bring it back to the hotel. So there's our cake. Just going to put that off to the side here. I'm going to grab my bowl. I'm going to grab 8 ounces of cream cheese and stick it right in here. I've left this out today, so it's much softer than it was yesterday, so it should mix even better than it did yesterday. I'm also going to add a half cup of butter. You can use salted or unsalted. I'm using salted. And we're going to mix that up really well using the mixer, which I haven't taken back yet. And don't lend me your mixer when I'm traveling. You might regret it. You might never see it again. Or I might cover it in chocolate completely. You never know. Just going to mix this up. So I got the butter and the cream cheese creamed together. Get it? Creamed together. Add about a teaspoon of vanilla. I've got 4 cups of icing sugar and a 1/4 cup of cocoa, which I'm going to add in a little bit at a time and mix it up. While I'm doing that, I'm also melting about a half cup of chocolate chips, which I'm going to throw in here as well. And then we're going to have a wonderfully iced cake soon. So stay tuned while I mix this stuff up, okay, folks? So I got that chocolate melted. I'm adding it in. Gonna have to stir this. This is a little bit awkward to do here, but we're gonna make it work. You see the icing likes to climb. Just gonna stop here and try and scrape down the edges a bit. And the bottom of the bowl. Okay, now what's happening is this icing's getting really, it's getting a little thick. So I add just a little bit of water to it, like a tablespoon of water. You could do cream if you want, you can do water, it doesn't really matter. Just to help make it a little bit smoother to smooth on the cake. Okay, let's see what happens here. Making quite the mess here. Wow. So, let's grab a spoon. That's really good. Not as chocolate as normal. I usually use a much darker chocolate instead of the milk chocolate chips, but which I'm kind of liking this. I think I can make it work. Oh, hope Mike doesn't get in trouble for how much chocolate I got all over this mixer. But if he's watching this and he did get in trouble, okay, here we go. It's going to wipe this down. Now, I mean, you can get all fancy with your icing, or you can just slop it on, or you can do a combination. Normally, I would slop it on with something like my spatula here, and then use an icing knife, which is just a really thin knife, to smooth it out. I don't have one. I'm not going to buy one for doing this. So I'm just going to see what happens here as I put it together. And you may go, Sean, that's a lot of icing. And I go, yeah, you know what? It really is. But guess what? This is not meant to be a healthy treat. If you take a big piece of this, you will regret it. You want to start with a small piece, eat it, see if you can handle a bigger piece. Trust me on this. It's rich, it's decadent. This icing is almost like fudge once it sets. And I may have made a bit more than I normally do. But anyways, it just becomes a really rich dessert. And if you have too much of it at one time, you will regret it. Guaranteed. Now, how am I going to make this look pretty? Or will it be like the cake I made once where Janice said it was like, you know, a cow pie? So just kind of do a little patterning on the top here. Make sure it's not falling off the plate anywhere. And there we have a unique, delicious, chocolatey cheesecake. After I cut it up, I'll get some pictures of it, but you know, it's just that easy. That didn't take long to make that cheesecake. And it really is good. So I'm going to continue my food experiences down here in Kennesaw. Got another couple of weeks here, it looks like. Assuming Canada lets me back in the country. I don't have to live it or something silly. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, as I said before. And I hope if you did, that you give it a thumbs up, you like it, you share it. Let people know, because I need to get more people watching this channel. If you don't like it, if you have ideas, let me know. Comment. I'll do my best to answer you. I also got to figure out where all I spewed icing when I was doing this, because it went everywhere. Anyway, Saucy Sean wishes you a happy day. And remember, don't eat a big piece. You'll regret it. Honest. Well, folks, here we have it. Here is the completed cheesecake. Look at that. Lots of icing, lots of cheesecake. That's too big of a slice. Trust me on that. You do not want a slice that size. This stuff will kill you. It's death by chocolate. Although I think my icing's a little bit lighter. Didn't use as dark a chocolate as normal. But I cut a bunch of this cake out. I sent it off to one of my coworkers. Supposed to go over there for supper yesterday, but I've been sick this weekend, so just send him some cake. So I'm going to take the rest into work, and we're going to see what this tastes like. Good. Not quite as deadly as I should have had it. I think it's just the chocolate I use, not my normal chocolate. But oh, that's good. That's rich. That's delicious. Enjoy it. Saucy Sean wishes you a happy day.